Hey, how are y'all?
Good.
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 Alrighty, so start the meeting out. I am going to go over everything each of us are doing to make sure we know. I'm going to give the introduction. Preston is giving the conclusion. Bryce, you're taking notes. Maya, you're keeping the time. And then Emily, you were recording this meeting, correct?
Yep.
Alrighty, well, our meeting goal for today is to provide a solution for Bowers Machine Parts HR's committee. Just a quick review of the agenda. We're going to introduce problems, identify key issues and consequences, establish criteria, brainstorm possible solutions, check solutions against the criteria, and then come up with a conclusion.
Good. All right, guys. So first, we need to introduce the problem to come up with a solution. So could anyone tell me or identify any solutions that you guys noticed in this case study?
I definitely think that we can see from Helen that there's a lack of collaboration. And she has an autocratic leadership style, so she's leaving out other employees and managers when it comes to decision making, which is causing some issues.
I think
Yeah.
another, oh, you can go, Bryce, it's fine.
Um, yeah, I also noticed that it just seemed like a breakdown of communication between management and Helen, the owner, where it seemed like they were more fighting against each other than collaborating together when it came to decision making.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what you said, I definitely think that she's calling all the shots and not giving them any say, which is leading to turnover rates in employee and also not as great production rates as they've seen before.
There's also very low employee morale and satisfaction, which is, of course, leading to the employee turnover. So,
I agree. I think like this kind of common lack of respect between Helen and the employees also kind of plays into that morale as well. So I know, Emily, you kind of mentioned some of them, the turnover rates, but were there any other consequences from these problems that the company's facing?
I think the production rates, like they're having lower production rates, and that's the whole point of why she started her whole like no getting close to the employees, like she's running it, is because she wanted to have higher production rates, but it's really turning into the opposite.
Yeah, there's definitely been a loss of trust with employees, and employee engagement has gone down. And there's just no culture in the workplace that's keeping everything in check.
awesome. So, did we want to come up with a problem statement then?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Um, so I was thinking we could come up with something like Bowers Machine Parts is experiencing a decrease in leadership throughout the company, which has led to increased turnover, decreased productivity, poor employee morale, and mistrust between employees and management. Kind of summarize everything that we've said.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, while Bryce is getting that up on the board, since we've identified a problem statement, we're now going to move into establishing criteria for our possible solutions. So first, I'm going to ask you guys, have you come up with any criteria that you think is important to include in our solutions?
Yeah, I definitely would say that one thing we need to do is reduce employee turnover, and retain experienced staff, which will help keep us not losing employees and having to hire new ones, but also promoting collaboration and communication along with a work culture.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that with work culture, creating a more positive, safe environment for work. I know, like, I can't imagine they probably don't feel like they can go talk to her. So, making an environment where they feel heard and not controlled.
And kind of piggybacking off of your idea, Emily, I also agree there should be some kind of a feedback system to ensure that both the employees and Helen's problems and solutions are being heard as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, it should also include definitely increasing performance and employee morale. So, the employee turnover can decrease, productivity increase. So,
Yeah.
Yes. So now that we've established the criteria, we're going to move into brainstorming possible solutions. Does anybody have any ideas, any solutions?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that we should implement some kind of training that Helen and managers as well as employees can go through to improve participative leadership. And it could conduct coaching and workshops to encourage collaborating culture and leadership in the workplace, which can lead Helen to maybe being more open about talking and taking feedback from other employees when it comes to decisions.
Yeah, I also think that a really good idea would be to bring back the field days because in the case study, it did also mention that they used to have field days and a basketball goal out back, and it was like a big thing that they really like to do. So maybe bringing that back would help boost morale, which would ultimately fix the turnover rates, which would also include helping the production.
I really like that idea. I think it all can tie into reestablishing this open communication and aligning the visions in the company. So I think those are really good solutions. So now we're going to move into checking those solutions against our criteria. So do we think the solutions that were provided, any of them do fit the criteria or don't fit the criteria?
I would say that both of them do fit most of the criteria. The thing I would add about maybe adding in the field days and stuff again is like our main point is like Helen doesn't understand that she is the issue here. Maybe like implementing something within those field days that can get Helen herself more involved in working with those employees.
Yeah, and I think that would ultimately help because that's what her dad did. Her dad would do field day with the employees, and that's how he grew their relationship with them. And when they had that relationship, the business was doing great. Everyone was happy and things were going really well. So maybe if Helen tried something different, with like again using the feedback system, they could make it a little bit better, and so it would help everyone all around.
Yeah, I feel like most of our solutions do pretty good at increasing the communication between management and Helen, kind of with a focus on boosting that employee morale, the hopes of bringing up production too.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think all of the solutions that you guys provided were really good. And I think the best solution would be kind of like a implementation or a mixture of all of those ideas together. So now we're going to work on coming up with a best solution statement or yeah.
Yeah.
So for
Um,
that, oh, you
oh,
can go.
you can go.
While we do that, I definitely think implementing some type of like meeting maybe before the field day to like talk business so it's not all fun and games could help.
Yeah, I
Sure.
definitely agree. So that's a good way to increase communication, which is like a large problem that we talked about earlier. They can increase they can talk about what's going on and get all the like work stuff out of the way. So that way Helen doesn't feel like they're having like a day of nothing and it can still be productive.
Yeah. Okay.
So back to that best solution statement. What are we kind of feeling for that?
Definitely, I would say something around the lines of the best solution may be implementing a training for Helen and managers to improve participative leadership, along with adding back those field days to boost employee morale and expand communication to all fields of the workplace.
I think a really good way to expand the communication to all fields of the workplace would maybe if they like made a board. And so each like Helen would have a seat at the board and all the managers who have been there for 20 plus years. So that way it's not just Helen calling all the shots. And this could also help communication because everyone can feel heard. And this would also go back to follow with the problem of respect and morale as well.
I like that. Yeah. Now that we have our best solution statement, I think we can go ahead and move into our conclusion.
Yeah.
So just to conclude from this meeting, we decided that the best possible solution was Helen getting training for leadership, as well as like bringing back the field days to encourage communication and collaboration between the staff, but also to boost employee morale, um, and encourage communication with management, um, and make their opinions, be heard. Um, and it was definitely the best possible solution because it met all the criteria, including like the feedback system. Uh, it will definitely increase productivity and performance and employee morale. Um, it'll create a positive environment for the employees. So, do y'all feel like we accomplished finding the best possible solution to the company's problems?
Definitely.
So,
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
and I think in doing so, we also accomplished our meeting goal, which was to provide a solution for browsers meeting machines HR's committee. So I think we've also accomplished that as well.
Yeah, and just like reading over, like looking at our best solution and rereading our problem statement, it really does tackle a lot of the points that we, kind of honed in on with the problems. So I think that was also really done well.
Before we close out, do we think we addressed all parts of our agenda today?
Yeah. I think we went over
yes.
and got it all covered.
All good. Well, I want to thank you guys for your time and your good ideas. I think we have created one of the best solutions for this company. And so we'll go get this information to them. Thank you guys.
Thank
Right.
you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.